Hello students, I Palla Darbari welcome you all in my YouTube channel Palla Darbari Classes. Today in this video I will discuss Macroeconomics class 12th. The name of the topic is National Income Accounting. This is my fourth volume of the topic National Income Accounting. In this video I will discuss circular flow. This is a very important topic and the weightage of this particular topic is 3 marks. Hot question can be framed from this topic and the 3 marks question can be framed from this topic. Let us discuss the topic. The topic is circular flow. In an economy, various sectors such as household, firm, government and foreign sectors work simultaneously. These sectors function with mutual interdependence. When I say these sectors function with mutual interdependence, it means that all these four sectors are connected with each other. They are dependent on each other. There is a common flow of expenditure and income and that of goods and services among these sectors. Try to understand it with the example. Household receives income from the firm and the household in turn spends his income on the goods and services produced by the firm. Thus, the expenditure of the household becomes the income of the firm. Such a continuous flow of income and expenditure or the flow of goods and services among different sectors in the economy is called the circular flow of income. The flow is circular in a sense that since human wants are unlimited, we know that all the human wants are unlimited, so demand is a continuous process. This suggests that in order to satisfy the never-ending demand, production is also a continuous process. This in turn again leads to multiply the demand to manifold. Thus, a circular process continues and is vicious. Now let us be familiar with some important terms which is related to the circular flow. The first is factors of production. Factors of production refers to input or the resources that are required for the production of goods and services. The factors of production that can be broadly classified into four categories. In how many categories the factors can be classified? The factors can be classified into four categories and these are land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. With the help of these four factors of the production, we manufacture the goods and services. The first two factors, that is the land and labor, it is the primary factors and the other two are the secondary factors. The next important term is the factor payment. Factor payment means what? It is the consideration which the factors of production get after rendering the factor services. For example, we know that four factors are there: land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. After rendering these services, whatever the services the land gives, in consideration they will get rent. The factor payment for the land is rent. The second factor is labor. The consideration or the factor payment which the labor will get is wages. The third one is capital. The factor payment for the capital is interest. The next one is entrepreneurship and the factor payment for the entrepreneurship is profit. So what is factor payment? Factor payment refers to the income received by the factors of production in return for the services provided by them in the production process. Next important term is the sector. We know that in the economy there are four sectors. According to the macroeconomy, four sectors are there. These sectors are household, firm, government and the rest of the world. Household are the service provider. They provide the services to the firm. They also consume the goods and services produced by the firm. So the household plays a pivotal role in the economy. Everything, every production, consumption and distribution is encircling around the household. So household is clear. They are the service provider and they they are the people who serve the firm and they are the people for whom the goods and services being produced by the firm. Clear? The second one is firm. Firm is the production unit. They manufacture the product so that the household's desire can be satisfied. The next one is government. Government role is for the welfare and for the development of the nations. The next is rest of the world. Rest of the world, they deals in import and export. So all the four sectors are clear: household, firm, government, and rest of the world. There are two types of the economies. One is called the open economy and the other one is called the closed economy. Open economy is that economy where all the four sectors are playing an important role. Whereas when we are talking about the closed economy, in the case of the closed economy, only the household and the firm plays a role. In the 12th standard, we only have the closed economy. It means we only have the two sector economic model. Now let us see what is circular flow. We know that in the economy, goods and services are moving from among the different sectors. Money is also moving among different sectors. That is called circular flow. There are two types of the circular flow. We can classify the circular flow in an economy in the following two categories. These are the real flow or the product flow, and the second one is the money flow or the income flow. As I told you, there is a circulation of goods and services among different sectors. There is a movement of money among different factors. That is called circular flow. On the basis of the nature of movement, on the basis of the movement, we can say that we are having two types of the circular flow. One is called the real flow. The other name of the real flow is product flow, and the second one is money flow, or the other name of the money flow is income flow. Let us see what is the real flow first. Household sectors provide factor services. We know that the household provide factor services to the firm. What type of the factor services the household provide to the firm? The household provide land to the firm, they provide labor to the firm, they provide capital to the firm, and they also provide entrepreneurship to the firm. And the firm in return provide them with the produced goods and services. With the help of these services, what the firm do? They manufacture or they produce goods and services. In consideration of the factor services, the firm provide or produce the goods and services, and they produce these and goods and services having the utility to the consumers. So in consideration of the factor services provided by the household, the firm manufacture goods for the consumers, for the household. This flow of factor services from the household sector to the firm and the corresponding flow of goods and services from the firm to the household is called real flow. In a very simple word, we can say that the household gives goods and services to the firm, and the firm also gives goods and services to the household. So this is called the real flow. The real flow or the product flow consists of the following two parts. Number one, the factor flow, and the number two is product flow. The question is, what is this factor flow? Factor flow means flow of factor services from the household to the firm. That is a factor flow. And the second one is product flow. It means what? It means flow of goods and services from to the household. So the product flow consists of two parts. One is factor flow, that is from household to the firm, and second one is product flow, that is from firm to the household. Now let us discuss the next thing, that is a money flow. In every modern economy, we know that money is a medium of exchange. What is the medium of exchange in today's society? Money is the medium of exchange. When the household provide factor services to the firm, in return they get the factor payment. I mean, the household provides services, and in return of the services they get money. Land receives rent, labor receives wages, capital receives interest, and the entrepreneurship receive profit. In other words, the household receives the money, income, in return of their factor services. The factor payment received by the household, I mean the household get the money. The question is what they do with the money. The household spend the money which they get on the goods and services produced by the firm. This expenditure on goods and services form the money income of the firm. Thus there is a circular flow of money, income between the household and the firm. The firm gives the money to the household for the factor services, and the household gives money to the firm for the goods and services. So between these two sectors, the flow of money is going on. Okay, that is called money flow. Is it clear? That is called money flow. Now let us discuss the circular flow. What we have seen, circular flow, it has two parts. The first one is called the real flow or the product flow. The second part of the circular flow is the money flow or the income flow. Real flow has two parts. The first one is called the factor flow and the second one is called the product flow. I hope the point is clear. We have discussed thoroughly the circular flow. Always remember 3 marks question can be framed from this particular topic, that is circular flow. Now let us discuss a very important topic, that is a circular flow model in a two-sector economy. In the 12th standard we are having circular flow model in a two-sector economy. Actually we are having 4 sectors, but in the 12th standard we only have the circular flow model in a two-sector economy. When I say circular flow model between two-sector economy, it means the circulation of goods and services, the circulation of money between household and the firm. That is called circular flow of that is called circular flow model in a two-sector economy. In the circular flow model of the two-sector economy, we are having certain assumptions. The first assumption is it is presumed that the economy consists of only two sectors, namely household and the firm. Second is it is assumed that there is no government sector in the economy. It means that the government role is zero. Government will not play any role in the two-sector economy. The third is the economy considered is a closed economy. As I told you, there are two types of the economy, open and the closed economy. In the case of the closed economy, only the household and the firm plays a role. So in the circular flow model in a two-sector economy, closed economy model is being followed. It is being presumed that the economy is closed, where only two sector plays an important role, that is the household and the firm. The fourth assumption is that the household spend the entire income received on the goods and services. Whatever the money the household get, they will spend all the money which the household earn on the consumption of goods and services. These are the four assumptions which is being followed, which is being presumed under the circular flow model in two-sector economy. I hope the assumption is clear. Now let us see. Now let us discuss the circular flow of money. In this particular diagram, we can see that here we can see the household provide the factor services to the firm. What type of the factor services the household provide to the firm? The household give land to the firm. The household provide capital to the firm. The household provide labor to the firm. The household provide entrepreneurship to the firm. Whatever the factor services the household gives to the firm make the factor payment to them. For the land, the firm make wages. For the land, firm pay rent. For the capital, firm pay interest. And for the entrepreneurship, the firm make profit. So household gives factor services and the firm make the factor payment to the firm, to the household. Whatever the money the household get, they will spend all those money for the purchase of goods and services from the firm. So household gives the money, whatever the money the household they give that money to the firm, and the firm, whatever the goods they have manufactured, they hand over those goods and services to the household. So here we have seen that between the household and the firm, the circular flow of money is going on and the circular flow of goods and services are going on. That is a circular flow model in a two-sector economy. Very important thing is there, we just listen. With the help of the circular flow model that you can see over here right now, we can estimate the national income for the economy. The question is how we can calculate the national income with the help of the circular flow. We can calculate the national income by two methods. One is the income method. From the income method, how we can calculate the national income? National income can be measured by aggregating the income of all the factors of production. That is from the inner arrow that you can see. Whatever the money the household are getting from the firm, if we sum up all the income which the household are getting, we can calculate the national income. Whatever the expenditure the household incurred, by that also, that you can see here, outer column, upper side, by adding up all the expenditure incurred by the household, by adding all the expenditure incurred by the household, we can also calculate the national income. So by adding up the income received by the household, we can calculate the national income, or by adding up all the expenditure incurred by the household, we can also calculate national income. I hope the point is clear. There are two types of the circular flow model in the two sector economy. One is with the inclusion of the financial system or without the inclusion of the financial system. When I say with the inclusion or without the inclusion, what it means? It means that in the circular flow model, two sector economy, we have the financial system or we can have the economic model without the financial system. In the case of financial system, inclusion of the financial system, between the firm and the household, the financial system, that is bank, plays an important role. How? Because firm deposit their saving in the bank and they borrow the money from the firm. In the case of the household keep their saving in the bank and borrow the money from the bank. So the two sector economy can be with the banking sector, with the financial system, can be without the financial system. The other important topic is the leakages and the injections. It is very important. Let us see what is leakage. Leakage refers to those variables that causes a withdrawal of money from the circular flow of income. In a very simple word, we can say that leakage means what? It means it refers to those variables because of which the money moves out of the circular flow of income. So saving is treated as the leakage as it takes money out from the circular flow system. Leakages reduces the level of economic transactions and thus reduces the size of the circular flow. The next important thing is injections. It refers to those variables that causes the addition to the circular flow of income. Example, investment. Investment is injection. Why? Because of the investment, the circular flow of money increases, yes or no? Any variables by which the circular flow of money reduces, that is called leakage, and anything by which the circular flow of money or income increases, that is called injections. So investment can be treated as an injection in the sense that it puts money back into the circular flow. The level of the economic activity increases and the size of the circular flow increases with the investment. That's all I have in this video. Dear viewers, if you like the video, please spread the video as much as you can. We made all these videos with all the efforts. It's a request. Please subscribe the channel and don't become miser. At least you can press the like button. Please stay home, stay safe, and above all, don't forget to wear mask. Om Shanti.